Hey guys, my name is Mikey, or Misha, whatever you prefer, and I'm here, still alive, yet again filming another life update video. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a bit of a gap between this one and the last life update. As you can probably tell, my hair, I haven't cut it yet, and it's been growing ever since. So my thought process after editing that last video was where I thought to myself, I'm gonna get a job, and then after that I can film another life update video where I can talk about the steps and the journey it takes for getting whatever job I was going to get. And as you can probably guess, I'm still unemployed. And then weeks passed by, and I was thinking of coming up with some good excuses as to why, but at the end of the day, I don't think I put enough effort into it, and I just expected too much. So sorry if I disappointed anyone, mainly just my mom, but now I understand that this isn't an easy task. With that said, I am not giving up, but it is almost the end of the year, and I'm just going to enjoy this time that I have as much as I can, spending time with my family with during the holiday season and stuff, and I'll start up a new chapter at the start of 2024. Also, I'm going to be helping at a fireworks stand for a few days with a couple friends of mine, so that'll keep me busy. So with that out of the way, I do want to share a couple of adventures that I had at times where I wasn't just sitting on the couch watching Lego Masters. And just a heads up, I did try vlogging a bunch of these events for this channel, but it ended up me not getting around to filming and editing most of them. And mainly because some of these were also church events, and you don't want to be waving around your camera into people's faces, making them uncomfortable, especially if it's just for your own use and not for the church itself. I could also be overthinking it, but just in case, it's good to think about the little things first before jumping into conclusions. Starting off with my screen printing journey, I started making graphic designs for our church youth group, which I will get into a bit. But with that, I ended up getting around to use Photoshop and Illustrator. So if you didn't know, you have to vectorize your design first, and that's the process of making it your design into like a vectorized format where so you don't zoom in and you see the pixels, and you need to do that before you put it onto like a sheet or whatever you use, and that onto a frame, and then the frame onto a machine, and then finally the machine onto the shirt. It's a long process, but I managed to get all the pictures done, and my sister and I ordered these long sheets of inkjet see-through paper, or whatever you want to call it, and according to my research, that's what we needed. And to get the designs printed on them, we needed to go to an office supply shop and have them do it for us, because according to my research, again, that's where we would need it to go. But to keep this story short, we went to 5 different places, and all of them have the same excuse. They don't have inkjet printers. Instead, they only have the laser type printers, which apparently won't work because it can melt the plastic that we had. And of course, none of them want to risk using them because it can potentially melt it and break the machine. And so after all that, we went home. Of course, I was bummed for probably the rest of the day. But hey, I knew starting this journey and taking this risk wouldn't always lead to success. We will fall sometimes and make mistakes, but at least we learn from it. So I got onto a call with the crew, told them the whole story and everything that happened, and we kind of came to a conclusion where we will probably have to buy a printer ourselves. So I'll just have to be saving up, and with that, my screen printing journey has come to a pause. I'm not going to rush anything anymore. As I said in the last video, I'm going to focus on the job and income first, and then I can start working on to my goals and dreams. Now, with all the bad news out of the way, it's time to talk about some good adventures that I had. As I mentioned before, we do have a church youth group, and I just so happen to be part of the youth worship team. I play the drum, specifically just the cajon for now. We mainly just play for our youth group services, but on occasions we'll be asked to also do some worship on the main stage as well. So one day our pastor was asked if us, the worship team, could play for another church. And of course we said yes. We got our practice in on that one Sunday, and we all just got together with a bunch of other youth into this nice van that was kindly lent to us by a good friend of ours. We never really played anywhere else but our church, so I'm sure that a bunch of us were a little bit nervous. So we got there, of course got all of our stuff out of the van, and it was a nice stage. We got to practice about like 2 songs again, and then after that we did our 4 worship songs, and I think it went great. My arms were all sore during the end, of course, because I'm a tryhard, but other than that, I think we did okay. They also had a guest speaker, Austin Carlisle. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to drop any names in these videos, but he is a great guy with a great testimony. If you're not familiar with him, you should definitely go look him up, see his teachings on like YouTube or Instagram. This isn't the first time we saw him. He did a couple events at our church, and yeah, his teaching was great. After he shared, we of course got our group photo together, and then we all packed our stuff and headed straight back to our church. But it was an amazing time. I would love to help again if we ever get asked to play somewhere else. So that was one fun adventure that we had, and there's one more that I want to share, which is where I got to go to my very first concert. So I was invited to go, and the first thing that I thought to myself was that this was a bit extreme for me because from what I heard, you have to be all pumped up, loud about it, jump up and down and stuff like that. Which, if you know me, it isn't really my thing. Plus, it was like an hour away from where we live. But after listening to one song and finding out that it was actually pretty chill, I decided to take that risk and tag along just for the fun. Also, let me give you some context to this. The main singer for this concert was Stephen Stanley, and he had a group with him named ISLY, which both create Christian music, which is actually really good. I'd advise you to go check them out. So we all met at a mall. There was about like 7 or 8 of us in the friend group. We of course ate, and after that we headed straight towards the concert. We got there an hour earlier, and it was at this huge church building. We had to wait at the entrance while it was raining under this roof area. We played some games just to pass the time, and then when they finally let us in, there was this nice stage area with some fog machines that made for some really good camera shots. We got to say hi to Steven and the ISLY gang because we got there early, and of course we all got a picture together, which was really cool. And man, did they do good. The music that you listen on like Spotify or iTunes or whatever does not compare to like the live concert. It was great. I didn't think anything about it at first, but I ended up really liking it. I was essentially going to make a vlog for this channel because I brought my camera and everything, but I ended up filming mostly just the concert instead of the whole journey itself. So I ended up deciding not to edit it, plus it was like hours of footage and I didn't want to go through all that. So with that, I'm gonna probably have to save my first vlog for next year. After the whole concert, we ended up meeting them again because there wasn't that much people compared to how much space there was at the church. Then after that, it was really late. I think everyone was really tired as well. We quickly got something to eat, and then we all went home. Well, that concludes most of the fun adventures I want to share. There are also other places that I got to go and other church events I got to help with. But these were just some examples of me taking steps that past me would definitely refuse and would probably much rather stay at home where it's the comfort zone. But I'm glad I get to take these risks now, whether it's me just gaining anything or just wasting a bunch of my time. But at the end, I did learn a lot more that I probably wouldn't have known before. So at the time I'm recording this, it is Christmas season. The year is about to come to an end. This is probably most likely going to be my last video of 2023. And when the new year comes around, I'm going to strive to make more videos, achieve more goals, take more risk, and of course try to put some more vlogs in. 2024 will probably be a start of a huge journey for me. I'm going to try to make another life update at the start of January. But until then, I would like to thank you for listening to what I had to say and all the updates I had. And I hope you have a great day, a great night, and remember to trust in God always. And Merry Christmas. See ya.